Hello everyone. This is going to be a long video, I'm going to warn you. And I'm going to offend some people. And I'm going to lose some followers. And quite frankly, I don't give a shit. Sorry, but that's just the way I feel right now. I am not wearing my sunglasses because I am not gonna hide my eyes. I want you to see my eyes. I've been up since 3 a.m. contemplating this today because I made a commitment to myself when I started this channel that I was never gonna get involved in politics, although I'm very political. I was gonna leave it alone because I was afraid I might offend some people. No more. No more. If this channel dies today, this video is that important. I cannot get two images out of my mind. The first is the young Ukrainian woman in Charlotte who was viciously murdered for no reason a few weeks ago. I have not seen the video of her actually being stabbed. I didn't want to see that. But what I did see was her curled up in a fetal position in a chair, in a seat on this rail, looking at her attacker as he strolled by saying, "I got that white girl." I'm telling you, as a country, we are broken. We are absolutely broken. And I have contributed to that brokenness. Because if you go back to 2019, before 2019, I was very outspoken. Very outspoken. But I got my little real estate license in 2019. Up until this year it expired. I'm not doing it anymore. And I was so afraid that I might offend a potential client that I kept my freaking mouth shut. No more. Now, before you jump off, I want to make it clear, this channel is not going to be political. This channel is going to be about my walking adventure and hopefully inspiring others. But who am I going to inspire if we lose this country? The events of yesterday, I didn't know, I'd never met Charlie Kirk. I've seen a lot of his videos, a lot of the stuff I agreed with, some of the stuff I disagreed with. But he had more courage in his little pinky than the majority of us have in our entire bodies. Because he knew the lunatics on the left. And that's who we're talking about here. I'm not talking about Democrats. I'm not talking about true, liberal Democrats. Is not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the radical people on the left. He knew that he was a target, but he did it anyway because he loved this country that much. He loved God, he loved his family, and he loved this country. So he went out every single day and told every wanting ear his truths. All his truths were based in faith. I've got family members, I guarantee you, that will disagree with Charlie Kirk. I pray that they're not celebrating his death today. That's all I'm gonna say about that. For a man to be killed by simply speaking his truths, God's truths, is, I'm going to have a hard time this morning with words, because I do love this country and I hate where it is right now. And what people don't understand is that as a people, we have been manipulated for years. I'm not saying this started in 2008, but that's when a lot of it started. When a presidential candidate says he wants to fundamentally transform the United States of America, that should scare you. When a presidential candidate says that the Constitution is a living document and needs to be changed, that should scare you. And I'm not talking about any present political candidates. I'm talking about former. For Charlie Kirk, I'm having a hard time, folks. For Charlie Kirk to be sitting under a tent, answering the tough questions, which he would always do, he would do it with civility. He would never degrade anyone. All he was doing was having open discourse, which is supposed to be what this country is all about. He takes a bullet in the neck from a coward 200 yards away. This channel is important to me because I'm going to continue walking no matter what. This channel is very, very important to me. But if I look at my views tomorrow, and I think I've got 85 subscribers. If I lose all 85 subscribers by tomorrow, I'm still going to continue to walk, but I'll reevaluate the channel. Because if what I am saying to you now offends you, quite frankly, I don't want you on my channel in the first place. You know, I have watched content creator after content creator this morning since 3 a.m. Some on reels that get 50 million views. These people are being paid a fortune for posting reels. And he's got the exact same attitude that I have. If he loses it all, he's not going to lose his soul for who he is, because he's afraid he may offend someone. I might have to hold back my profanity right now. I just don't understand how we have fallen so far so fast. Well, I do understand why. It's been orchestrated. The radical left cannot and will not ever be able to debate in the arena of ideas. Rush Limbaugh's words. They cannot debate. That's why they shot Charlie Kirk. They cannot have a civil debate about something that concerns them. And throughout history, healthy discourse leads to change when change is due. But not anymore. The radical left, and sorry, Democrats, you're being taken over by the radical left, and you're welcoming it. Look who's running for mayor of New York. I don't go to New York. I never will go to New York. It doesn't, people are saying, well, that's not going to affect me. Yes, it will. Because if that idiot wins in New York, who's next? I think there's one running somewhere in Minnesota. same platform. I'm trying to hold back the tears because it kills me. I shouldn't use that word. It unnerves me to see what's happening. And I'm guilty. I've kept my mouth shut for 6 years because I was afraid. I was afraid I might lose a friend, or lose a subscriber, or lose a real estate lead. I don't care. If I have to kill this channel and start a brand new one that's really, really political, I will. I don't want to do that because I do know there are like-minded people like me that are watching this channel who are getting something out of these walks. And I do not want to do that. But if that's what it takes, I'll do it. I'm praying for Charlie. I'm praying for Charlie Kirk. I know he's by God's side right now. And I know that hopefully he'll get God's ear on this and help fix this country and heal it. I pray for his wife and his two children that will never see their daddy again. All because of some freaking lunatic who, instead of being able to sit down with the man at a microphone and have open discourse, he puts a bullet in his neck from 200 yards. Back to Irina, the Ukrainian young lady. Every time I see that still of her curled up in that seat in abject horror that she knows she's dying from stab wounds to the neck. It's not a good thing, but the only gracious thing is that Charlie Kirk never knew what hit him. This lady did. She had to sit there while people on that bus did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm all right. I'm trying to shoot a video and I'm losing it.
Oh, really? No.
That murder yesterday's bothering me.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So I think I'm just going to have to sling a rifle over my shoulder when I walk now. Anyway, this young lady, she's curled up in this seat after being stabbed, and this animal, who, by the way, was arrested 14 times and let out on cashless bail by a magistrate who had no law experience. She should go to jail as well, and so should the mayor of Charlotte. To see her, the fear, if you get a chance to find that picture of her curled up, it will be burned into your brain for the rest of your life. I mean, today is the 24th anniversary of 9/11. The most horrific day next to Pearl Harbor in our nation's history. But those were terrorists from another country. I'm not, don't get me wrong here. That's a different form of terror than what we're facing right now. We're facing homegrown, radical leftists who, if you don't agree with them, they will kill you. Well, I guess they're going to kill me because, number one, I'm never going to agree with them. And I am searching my soul right now to figure out a way to fight them. I don't know if it's going to be a second channel. I don't know if it's going to be this channel and just keep my mouth shut. I don't know what it's going to be right now. I mean, I'm not even working today. I can't even process it enough to even work today, which is fine. I can make it up. Like I said, this is going to be a long, drawn out video. I hope y'all will stick to the end, because if our country is not worth a 20 to 30 minute video, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. To all of those out there who are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, I'm just going to say it. There's going to be a special place in hell for all of you. When did it become okay to celebrate the assassination of someone just because you disagree with them? I really want to know that. I disagreed with absolutely everything about Bill Clinton, about Barack Obama, about Joe Biden, and a lot about George Bush. So this is not about Republican and Democrat. Not a big fan of George Bush either. But I didn't kill him. I really never said anything publicly nasty about him. I just went through my life, ignored him. But now, a small percentage, less than 1% of the population, is driving a lot of this. What do I mean by that? Look at the numbers. All of the mass shootings, I think all of them, I think there's been like 12 of them. I didn't research my numbers this morning. But all of them, the most recent ones, have been a transgender. One of them was non-binary, whatever the hell that means. Why can't people who are transgender just live their lives? Why don't people who are just gay? My brother was gay. You'd never know it. You would never know it. He wasn't out here shooting people. He wasn't out here protesting. He was just living his life. That's what it should be about. If you've got a lifestyle that's out of the norm, be willing to accept that, 99% of the population might not understand. But most of the people, all the people on our side, don't really care. Couldn't care less. Just live your life. But when you start killing people and calling people Nazi and Hitler, back to the transgender people. I believe you're going to see one day that these cross-sex hormones, which have been proven to cause psychosis, by the way, Google it, are causing this. These people are losing all grips on reality. They find a gun, which is going to kill the gun argument. You can ban guns all day long, but the people that the bad guys are always going to be able to find guns. It's a fact of life. So you're going to take guns away from us law-abiding CWP carers, by the way, and arm the bad guys. Well, that's the government wanting to do that, the left side of the government. This is going to sound conspiratorial and all that crap, and I know I'm going to lose people over this, but I'm going to vent, and I'm posting this thing today. Why is it that this small percentage of the population has been so radicalized? Because the radical left has put them front and center on everything. The transgender shooting in, I believe it was Tennessee, Audrey Hale, walks into a Christian school, kills, I don't know, I think it was single digits, but still killed people. This was right around Easter a few years ago. What does Joe Biden do? He doesn't celebrate Easter. He celebrates Transgender Day. That's what's wrong with this country. The radical left, which is mostly the left now, all they want is votes and power. Why do you think they're against illegal immigration? Votes. Why are they for these fringe groups? Votes. Because they're losing votes everywhere else. Trump proved that, 77 million votes. Which probably, when all's said and done, is going to go down in history as the largest number ever. Joe Biden didn't get 81 million votes. I'm covering it all today, folks. I just don't care anymore. So, back to the Ukrainian young lady. Again, my heart just breaks every time I see that picture. The abject fear in her eyes cannot be described. You'd have to see it for yourself. She knew she was dying, and people on the bus right beside her aren't lifting a finger, I think, for 22 seconds. Then one guy finally comes over and tries to help her, but it's too late. Those 22 seconds may have saved her. I don't know. I don't know. So, here's my hope. My hope is that, well, it's not a hope, this is a fact. Someone killed Charlie Kirk yesterday. Yesterday. They didn't kill his movement. They amplified it. So, if all these cowards on the left that are celebrating today that Charlie Kirk was killed, I got news for you. I got one word for you. 1941, I believe. Yeah, 1941. Google Yamamoto. He thought he could blow into Pearl Harbor by surprise and destroy the United States of America. Little did he know that he woke a sleeping giant, and not long after that, the war was over after 2 atomic bombs were dropped. That sleeping giant was reawakened yesterday. And I, for one, am part of that group. I'm armed. I'm ready. I'm not ready for a fight, but I'm ready to protect my family and anyone else who's innocent out there. If that train in Charlotte had allowed CWP holders on there, which it may or may not, but I'm assuming it didn't, could have been a different reaction. Although the coward that killed her came on the rail and sat right behind her because he knew she wasn't going to be a threat. He would be able to catch her off guard, and once he started stabbing, it was over. So here's my hope. for all the people out here that may agree with me. I hope we as a country will heal. I hope this scumbag on the roof that shot Charlie Kirk is hanged in the public square, which is still allowed in Utah. We're going to have to start making examples out of these people instead of pussyfooting around it. And hopefully now we've got a DOJ and an FBI that will investigate this the correct way, without bias, and bring this person to justice. So here's my hope for this channel. I hope all of you understand why I had to do this today. If you're gone, sorry I lost you, but I'm not sorry I posted this video. And I'm going to end with the last few words of a letter that Vice President J.D. Vance posted yesterday about Charlie Kirk. The last 5 words of his letter are, "We'll take it from here." We will take it from here. We're going to be stronger. And we are not going to be bullied. We are not going to live in fear. And if the other side decides to continue this, they're going to have a rude awakening. They're going to have a rude awakening. Y'all have a great day. Peace.